estimation, project monitoring and control. So monitoring is a tracking activity, and there are many process models. So process models are referring to software development methods. There are so many ways to develop software. So there are many models that you can refer to. So you have to, when you have a project, you need to choose the right process model for your project. Okay. So the first part is project planning. So you should do project planning before the project start. So in project planning, you need to estimate, okay, so what are the work that you need to do. So resources required to perform the work. So resources required, okay, examples, people, hardware, software. So when there's a piece of work, you need people to do it. So when people are doing it, people may need hardware and software. So those are resources. Okay, example of resources, people, hardware, software, and also the time required to complete the work. Okay, so the time required from start to finish. So for a piece of work, the time required from start to finish. So it's usually measured in terms of number of days. Okay, so when you have these three pieces of information, then you can develop a project schedule. So you develop a project schedule using these three pieces of information. That's why I put a bracket here. Okay. So with these three, you can do this. Okay. Don't talk so loud. You can talk. Don't talk so loud. I can. You talk so loud, I hear your noise. Okay. So now planning and estimation. So these are the planning work. So a lot of planning work to do. So you will not be asked in exam to list all of them, okay? Because no one can remember all this planning work. So this is just to give you an idea, okay, what are the planning work that you have to do. So right at the beginning of the project, there are many plans that you have to do. Okay, so project planning, what are the steps? So step in project planning. So step zero, a project has been selected. Okay, so step zero, project has been selected. So next is identify project scope and objective. So number one, identify project scope and objective. Scope are all the work that you have to do. So whatever you do, you have to meet the project objective. All the work here are supposed to meet the project objective. Identify project infrastructure. Okay, identify project infrastructure. Example, the existing development environment, version control system use, collaboration tool use, okay, whether it is Microsoft Teams, Gmail, Zoom, etc. Alright. So chapter 1, version 2, I put in the Google Classroom. So there will be chapter 2, version 2 also. Okay, and finish, I put in the classroom. Okay. Identify project infrastructure. These are examples of infrastructure. The development environment, so version control system, collaboration tools. So if you are a project manager and just joined a software company, so you need to find out what are the existing project infrastructure. So what is the existing development environment used in the organization? What version control system is used by the company? So what collaboration tools are used in the organization that you have just joined, whether it's Teams, Gmail, and Zoom. So this information are needed when you are doing your project planning and project execution. Okay, next, you have a project, analyze project characteristic. Okay, analyze project characteristic. So analyze in terms of complexity, whether the project is simple or complex, whether the duration is long or short, budget is low or high, quality requirement is low or high, etc. Okay, analyze project characteristic. Okay, so is it a simple project, short project, budget is low, quality requirement is low? Okay, identify them. That also can help you to come up with a better project plan. Identify products and activities. So products are what you will deliver to the customer. Okay, and what are the activities that you need to carry out to produce the product. Estimate effort for each activity. So effort can be in terms of number of people and number of days. I think you also have done this in your FIP. You have many activities. Okay, so how much effort is needed to complete the activity? So you may put down the number of days. Identify activity risk, so you know what are the things you have to do, what's the risk. So for each activity, you have to estimate the effort and the activity risk. Do this, and this for each activity. Example of risk. Okay, so example, identify activity risk. You may ask question like this. Can John handle task A? You plan to assign task A to John. Okay, you ask, can John handle task A? So if answer is no, how about Susie? Okay, so how about Susie? If yes, then you assign the activity A to Susie. Okay, so you don't die assign task A to John. Okay, it's risky if you want to do that because John cannot handle it. So identify activity risks for each task. Okay, then allocate resources. Put people to work on the task. Review or publicize plan. So once you have completed your project plan, look at it again, review. Okay, go through what you have planned. Okay, you are happy with the plan, publish the plan. So you don't keep the plan for yourself. You let the team member know this is a project plan. Okay, publish is to let team member know what you have planned, or let stakeholders know what you have planned. You do a plan, it's not for yourself. Okay, no point keeping it yourself. Publish it, let team members know, or perhaps you let all the stakeholders know. Execute what you have planned. Low-level planning. Low-level planning is fine-tune your project plan. Okay, so when project has started, okay, you need to fine-tune your project plan because as project started, you may receive new information. So when you receive new information, you need to fine-tune your plan. Okay, so what a project plan should contain: introduction, background, project objective, constraint. So methods refer to the different methods. Project products, so what the client will receive. Okay, so what are the activities that will be carried out, resources used, okay, potential risks, and management of the project. Okay, so organizational responsibility, management of quality, configuration management. I'll skip this one because already mentioned in chapter 1, except there's a short description of what stakeholder is. So here just says stakeholders are people who have a stake or interest in the project. Okay, this is a simple definition what stakeholder is. Okay, so people who have a stake or interest in the project. Okay, setting project objective. The objective should define what the team must achieve for project success. So this means based on, by looking at the project objective, okay, later we can use it to assess how successful is the project team. Okay, so project objective should focus on desired outcomes. Okay. So the objective should define what the project team must achieve for project success. I'll skip this one. Okay. So well-defined objectives should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time constraint. So the objective, okay, when you write project objectives, try to fulfill this SMART criteria. SMART criteria, this is SMART, S-M-A-R-T. Okay, so try to write a project objective that will satisfy this SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time constraint. There will be a good objective. Okay, example. This is an example of a SMART objective. To improve overall customer satisfaction rates to 8/10 by 30 June through training of customer service team. Okay, so this is specific. Okay, so this is a specific. These objectives spell out clearly what needs to be achieved. Okay, so this objective is specific. It spell out clearly what needs to be achieved. So what needs to be achieved is to improve overall customer satisfaction rate to 8/10 by 30 June. So this gives you an indicator now it is less than 8/10. Okay, but by 30 June, okay, so the goal that the company want to achieve is, the goal of doing the project is to achieve 8/10. Okay, measurable, there should be a measure which tells us how successful the project has been. Okay, so overall customer rating after 30 June will tell us how successful is the training. If after 30 June you measure customer satisfaction rate, so the measurement gives you 8/10. Is the training successful? Yes, the training is successful if you achieve 8/10. Okay, by June or after 30 June, the training is successful. If the rating is 9/10, is it successful? Yes, 10/10, very successful. So if after 30 June, okay, you do a measurement, you found out that rating is 6/10. Is the training successful? Okay, so training is not successful. So there must be something that you can measure to determine how successful is a project. In this case, the project is training. Okay, achievable. Okay, so the objective that you write must be achievable. So customer satisfaction target is 8/10. Is it achievable? Reasonable and achievable. If target set is 10/10, is it achievable? Expectation too high. Maybe not able to achieve. You want to get perfect score? No. So your objective, in your objective, you may have a target. So set a target which can be achieved. Don't set too high where you can't achieve. Okay, relevant. Okay, so the objective must be relevant to the true purpose of the project. Okay. So the project is what you want to do. The project is what you want. Project is what you will do or you will carry out. Objective is what you want to achieve. So you do training to achieve this. So the two are relevant. Doing this to achieve 8/10 customer satisfaction rate. So these two are relevant. Project and objective are relevant. They match. Which one this and this match? I've seen project and objective doesn't match. Okay, time constraint. Time constraint 30 June is the deadline to achieve the stated goal. Okay, so there must be a specific date. Okay, there must be a specific date. There must be a deadline to achieve the goal that you want. Screenshot. I screenshot for you. Okay, I screenshot for you. I screenshot and put in the classroom. Just for this slide. So whole slide after this chapter is finished. Okay. Okay, example 2. Example 2 is to develop a room booking system which allow users to complete their job, which save a lot of time and prevent them resist to use it. Okay, so this is the source. I have modified a bit. Okay, so this is not a smart objective. This is not a smart objective. Concrete and well defined? No, it's not concrete, not well defined. Okay, measurable. Okay, so does it tell us after this project is successful? There's no measure that will tell us how successful the project will be. Achievable? Save a lot of time. Is it achievable? There's no indicator, so it's hard to tell whether it's achievable or not achievable. There's no indicator here. Okay, relevant. Is it relevant? Develop a room booking system which allow users to complete their job, which save a lot of time and prevent them resist to use it. Maybe. Time constraint. Okay, no, there's no deadline. Okay. So a well-written objective should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time constraint. Okay, so let's move on to Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is a bar chart where all project tasks are listed in the left-hand column, and horizontal bars indicate the duration of each task. Because the bars are in horizontal orientation, that's why it is called a bar chart. Gantt chart is a bar chart because the bar are in horizontal orientation. Okay, so bar chart. So Gantt chart is a bar chart where all project tasks are listed in the left-hand column. So project tasks you can see at the left-hand side. So the horizontal bar you will see at the right-hand side. And diamond indicate milestones. Alright. So duration. So duration, if you type 0, you will see a diamond appear at the Gantt chart. Okay. Here you type 0 days, you will see a diamond. Here when you type 0, you also see a diamond. Okay. So between 2 diamonds is a milestone. Okay. So this is a project schedule. This is project schedule. And some people call it project table. Okay, so this is project schedule or project table. Okay, the task name, duration, start date, finish, predecessor. Predecessor is used to set the relationship between tasks. It is not 45, it's 4,5. This one is not 89, it's 8,9. Okay, so this is Gantt chart. So this is a diamond, between 2 diamonds. So diamond, so this is a group of tasks. So a group of tasks, a group of related tasks is a milestone. Okay, so this is project schedule, this is a Gantt chart. Okay, program evaluation and review technique. Okay, you will know what this is later. So in the project schedule, you can see the task, duration, start date, end date, predecessor. So the duration is the estimated duration for each task. So after identifying project activities, so you have to estimate the duration for each task. Correct? After you identify what you need to do in your project, then you estimate how many days or weeks needed to complete the task. Estimate. Normally, we just use one estimate and key, correct? Okay, normally we just use one number, 4 weeks or 4 days, key, enter. So now the question is, how to develop a better estimate for each task or activity, or how to develop a better estimate when there is a high degree of uncertainty about individual activity duration estimate. Okay, so you put in one number, key and enter. How accurate is this number? Is there a better way to do estimation? Okay. So answer is yes, there's a better way to do estimation. So answer is using program and review technique. Okay. So use this technique to come up with a better estimate. In real life project, when you estimate, you have to give a good estimate. FIP Chin Chai estimate can FIP you can Chin Chai estimate. you are doing a real project, you have to do the estimate as accurate as possible. Because when the project is late, you don't give excuse like, I am not good in estimating. That's not acceptable. Okay. So you want to come up with a better estimate, use the PERT technique. Okay. So PERT uses 3 estimates. Okay. Optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. Okay. So PERT technique, step 1, identify activities and milestone. Okay, do this as the first step for the activities. Determine the sequence of tasks. So establish the relationship between tasks. So after you key the predecessor, then you can see the sequence of tasks. So step 3, estimate the time for each activity. So use 3-time estimate. Optimistic time is the shorter time. So ML is most likely, okay, and pessimistic is the longest time. So for each task, you give 3 estimates. Okay, optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. Okay, after you have entered, for each task, you have keyed in 3 estimates. Then you can use this formula to determine what will be the better estimate. So the formula is expected time is optimistic plus 4 ml plus pessimistic divided by 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 4 is 6 divided by 6 to get the average. Okay, so let's look at this example. Okay, look at this example. Look at activity F. So activity F, you have entered 3 estimates. Okay, so 4 is most likely. 4 is most likely. So you can do it alone or you can do it in a team. Okay, so let's say you do it alone. You do it alone for this task, you tell yourself, most likely I can finish this task in 4 days. So under ML you put 4. Okay, then later you find out you are not comfortable with 4 days. Okay, maybe on the other day you think that I think F can be completed in 3 days instead of 4 days. So later you find out that actually I'm confident. Okay, I'm confident this task can be completed in 3 days. So under optimistic, you put 3 days. Okay, so you find that you can't finish in 3 days, you can't finish in 4 days. You are not confident. Okay, then you put a bigger number. Okay, so 4 days not possible, 8 days instead. You give 3 estimates. So one that's likely, one is which you confident, one is you are not confident. Okay, so you put in 3 numbers. So after you calculate, you find that this will be the better estimate, 4.5 days. 4.5 days considering unlikely to achieve in 4 days or no. This is a better estimate after considering not likely to achieve in 4 days but need more days, or actually don't need 4 days, okay, can be lesser after taking all this consideration. Okay, and this is the better estimate. So this is determined by using this formula. Optimistic 4 ml plus pessimistic divided by 6. Okay, 4.5. Okay, so using PERT is 4.5 days. Without using PERT is how many days?
4 days.
It depends on who is doing this plan. It will depends on who's doing this plan. If that person is very confident, okay, we hope using PERT is 3. Okay. If the person who is doing this project scheduling has very little confidence, he will put in 8. Okay, but I think a majority will put in 4. Okay. So if using PERT, okay, it's 4.5. Okay, or it can be in the meeting. In the meeting, I'm the project manager. I have 3 team members. Okay, I have 3 team members, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have 3 team members, 1, 2, 3. So I ask, what's the best estimate to complete this task? Okay, one can tell me 3, one tell me 4, one tell me 8. So I just think into their consideration, okay, to come up with a agreeable estimate, which is 4.5. Okay, therefore construct a network diagram. After when you have the activity, predecessor, duration, okay, construct the network diagram. Microsoft Project can construct the network diagram for you automatically. So you have the task, duration, predecessor, okay, then you can see the network diagram. So network diagram can show you the flow of tasks. Okay, so show you the flow of tasks, and also will show you which one is the critical path. So network diagram can be automatically generated using software like Microsoft Project. Okay, so next is when you have the network diagram, then you can see the critical path. So the red line is the critical path. So critical path is the longest path in the network diagram. Okay, any task on this path is delayed, it will delay the entire project. So meaning the task along the critical path cannot be delayed. If any task is delayed, okay, it will delay the project. Okay, let me show you how to draw the network diagram manually. A and B are activities. Okay, so A and B are activities. Oh, I need more space. This is B. This is A. C. After then D. E to F.
C to E. B to E.
What's this? This is G. After G, H. H, where got H? So this is a network diagram if you draw it manually. This is 5.33. This is 4. 5.17. 5.17. How many? .17, 6.33, 4.5. So here you can see the one path from start to finish, another path from start to finish, and the third path from start to finish. Okay, so the critical path is this. So this is the critical path. So the critical path, okay, telling you, okay, is telling you you cannot delay. You cannot delay activity A, C, E, and G. If you delay A, C, E, G, okay, the project will be delayed. You do this before, correct? Network diagram? No, you haven't yet do, no. Or forgotten. Okay, so you want to estimate more accurately the duration for each task. Okay, use this technique. Okay, what's the optimistic? most likely pessimistic. Okay, so this one is the software draw for you. I'll skip this one. Okay. So estimation in project, estimating resources, cost and schedule. Okay. Estimating resources, cost and schedule for a software project require experience. So if you have experience, then you can come up with a better estimate. Okay. So able to access to good historical information can also help you to come up with better estimate. Okay, so factors that affect the uncertainty in planning. Okay, so if the project is complex, project size is big, requirements are uncertain, this will make estimation difficult. Okay, so if you have a complex project, okay, a big size project, okay, requirements are uncertain, okay, making estimate will be difficult. Okay, so to achieve reliable cost and effort estimate, so delay estimation until late in the project. Okay, and base estimate on similar project if you have the experience. Okay, so 3-point estimate. 3-point estimate, so there are 2 types, simple average and weighted average. So the one we used just now is a weighted average. We give more weight to the most likely factor. Okay, so this is simple average, pessimistic, optimistic, most likely, divided by 3. 1, 2, 3. So divided by 3, take the average. So this is weighted average. So you give more weight to most likely. So 10. So for this one, for H is 6 plus 12 plus 10 divided by 3 is 9.33. So this one is 6 plus 12 plus 4 multiplied 10 divided by 6, 9.63. Okay, so round up to the nearest whole number. Okay, so whatever you get, you round up to the nearest whole number. Whole number are numbers without decimal point. Whole numbers are numbers without decimal point. 9.3 round up to the nearest integer is 10. 9.7 round up to the nearest integer is 10. So in your project schedule, the duration, you don't key in 9.3. You don't key. It's not a good idea to key in duration 9.3 days or 9.3 weeks. You round up to the whole number. Make it 10. Okay, make it 10. Let's say this is 8.5. Round up to the nearest whole number is 9. Okay, 9. If it is 8.1, round up to the nearest whole number is 9. 9. Okay, so just a quick review.